Hello, fan collectors. Happy National Ceiling Fan Day. It's been a little while since I've done a fan tour, so I thought that would be perfect for National Ceiling Fan Day. So with that said, let's go in. In the office, still running we're running a crest with stencil. This thing, kind of cheap, but it does the job for what is needed, which is spot cooling, plus it's kind of the childhood fan. Here's low. Excuse me, cat. Medium, which is kind of noisy. And high. It does put out a decent amount there for what it is. It's kind of a childhood fan, that's why it's up. And we also have this unknown with a light. I don't know who made it, but I love it. I actually have two of these. So this is low. Cat is willing to have her 15 minutes of fame. Medium. It's a transformer choke type control. I kind of think this thing is some sort of Codep or Firebird or CEC sort of thing. I'm really not sure. Moves a good amount of there on high. Cat really wants to be in the video. Alright, here's your 15 minutes. Here's your fame, Pikachu. Moving on from there. Unlike some collectors, we don't have anything in the bathroom but a vent fan. A noisy old Nutone, but it does the job. Kitchen area, well, eating area. This beautiful setup of the Moss WF series, plus a chandelier. This one I made to 4-speed, so here's the low, which is slower than the original low. This fan was one I literally picked up off the trash. One blade was split and I glued it back together. It's a nice aesthetic low. 1, 2. Here's medium, which is the original low. Definitely a medium-ish speed, maybe a slow medium. Next up, medium high, which would actually be high for many a lesser fan. This is the original medium. I think the capacitor's rattling. Now high, which could better be described as tornado mode. For the kitchen itself, we just had a little fan over the counter, a Nutone Sea Island, which I hand stenciled these blades. Put it on low first. Actually, I just stenciled these just in time for National Ceiling Fan Day. Low, which is reasonable for Nutone. Medium. With the fan being kind of over the counter and the half wall, it really kicks air right in your face like having a desk fan there. The pool changed at an angle so it doesn't get in your way, but you can easily reach it. And there's high. As is typical for Nutones, it's not the best high speed in the world, but many of them are just slightly under capacitor. I'll have to fix that some. I may tweak that, but it's the right amount for here. For the dining room, a Casablanca Delta 2 with a chandelier fit onto it as the light. And an uplight that I added just because we like uplights. So I'll put it on low, and as is typical for Casablanca, a fairly low, almost too slow in my opinion, low. I would want, for 3 speed on a Casablanca, instead of 14 for medium and 5 for low, I'd probably want 14 for medium and 6 for low. Their capacitor values would work great if you added a 4th speed. I might just recapacitor this board sometime to change the speeds to what I want. It probably looks a little weird because of the LED strobing. Yes, our LEDs are daylight. Sorry for people who like warm light. We prefer daylight in this house. High, as you'd expect, is typical K55 high. Now moving on to the living room. The IF1. This thing is a Franken-Fan I made, and I love it. And of course, this is the first of the Iconofans, hence IF1. Motor's an Emerson K55XL, and again, uplight. I'm going to put it on. It has a 4-speed in the motor and a 4-speed on the wall, and we can put them in series to create some really nice aesthetic winter lows like this. Yeah, that's low. That's the lowest possible speed. We would not normally run it this low in the summer though. So I'm putting it up to speed. This should be low on the wall. Control, maybe it's not. Alright. I actually had it on 1 speed above its lowest low, but that's okay. Here's wall control low. About 80 RPM. Alright, the chart's actually showing all the speeds right here. Here's wall control medium low. I love the setup of the spotlights. That's why the fan has a spotlight. Wall control medium high, which would be again high on the lesser fan. I mean, that's already close to 200 RPM. That's pretty good. And high, which is about 240 RPM, and that's a 13-degree pitch. So plenty of air movement on high. Performance is exactly what I could expect. Now for the bedroom fan. Hunter Covent Garden in copper. I love the finish on this one, and I really want to stencil the blades on this one as well. We can actually do dual speed control with this as well. In the winter we'll slow it down on the fan speed control to get lower speeds. But it's summer, so I'm just going to give you the normal low, medium, and high. There's low, which is pretty darn low. I think this wall control is slightly undercapacited for this fan. I might have to get one with bigger capacitors. There's medium. That's why I say that. Because there's a big jump between medium and high. Though I'm not entirely sure this is really on high, so... Yep, it is. So it's the control. I'll have to fix that sometime. Still going upstairs. Media room. Is... a Fasco. Actually, I think it might be Thomas, but it's a parlor fan with 44-inch non-rivet with oldie South blade arms. This thing has some speed control issues too. The low is a hair fast, and the medium low is a hair slow. Medium low end up is only about 100 RPM. I'd really like about 120. And low is about, is just a little fast. So that was low. This is medium low. That bulb is uplit to avoid glare on the television. Master bath uses the same style ventilator as the other bathroom. Here's medium high, about 180 RPM. The low speed was about 70, by the way, which is a little high for low. High is close to 300. So high is one of those tornado mode highs. I usually run on either medium low or medium high in the summer. Bedroom fan of mine. Hunter Original. On a Variac with a smart dimmer. I'm just going to give it a little kick. Here, low is... It takes about 20 volts to keep this thing running, and it takes about 30 to 40 to actually start it. So we've got low here. I'd call this a true winter low. Nice and slow. Sadly, this is an A model, or not an A model, but it's one of the skeletal ones. Not the newest version of the skeletals, but it's like the 2006 through 15 model, which is decent. Here's a more summery low. A more the real functional low. Get into like a medium about here. Medium high, which is, I rarely go above this, by the way, because it's a small room, but it's nice that I end up on generator power, because the fans are on the generator, not the AC, to be able to have full high, which is, of course, there, and performance is exactly what you expect for an original. Awesome. However, because it's a Variac and because they have that ability to go higher, I can do this. Yes, I just sped it up a little more. Doesn't gain much, only about 15 more RPM, but that still helps. That's it for the upstairs fans. Next up, the basement fans. Now this door is vented because wood stove. We need a cold air return to let air from upstairs back into the basement. Now in the basement, I'm going to start with a little thing that is not a normal ceiling fan. In my bedroom I have this little return vent fan that I can plug in to help pull cold air down. Otherwise that wing gets cold in the winter. First ceiling fan we're going to cover is right here. A slimline that I had to do rewinding on. This one is one speed kind of utility fan. First pull, light. Second pull, motor. It works exactly a typical Nutone performance. Third pull turns off the light. Fourth shuts off the fan. Next up. Let me turn on more lights. Next up is this thing. A lakeside that I found in the trash and put new blades on. Its speeds are slowest. Right here's the lowest. Medium. And high. Now its airflow is not great, but it does the job. It cools you okay when you're sitting under it, so it's not a total piece of junk. Second basement fan is the mate to my other unknown. This one has replacement irons though, because the original irons were broken. Kinda sucks. Thank you Switch Co. for selling me replacements. Speeds are pretty similar. We use it to help circulate heat from our wood stove through the basement. Keep the floors warm. I turn on the light only when the stove is running. And high. I think the one upstairs is slightly more powerful, but that's okay. Next up is this homemade blender fan, updraft fan, which also has a chart. It tells you what to do based on, or to set it based on the airflow. I'm just going to throw it all the way to full blast. This thing blows straight up. It's really more of a portable fan than a ceiling fan, but that's what you need for that application. Finally, in our utility room, we've got two fans. A plastic Emerson 42. This was new in box. That's why it's in here. Because it's one place where it won't get yellowed from light. There's low. This one is 3-speed, reversible, no capacitors for speed. Medium. And high. Again, when our wood stove is going, this one will be running on low to keep heat under the part of the house about it. Finally, this little Lasco. This thing is just cute, but its bearings are shot. We just use it for light. Here's low. medium, and high. The Nutone moves more air than this, but it's still a cute little fan. I like it. That's all. See you next time.